When it comes to the Staticor, I looked through and the nearest thing I could find to it was the new core here. But you can see it is better than the new core on almost everything. I say almost because the new core does have a bigger magazine and this is a charged weapon. The new core wasn't really a charged weapon. The Stug was kind of the closest with the whole charge side of it, but them things look nice. But they do go onto your hips, as I was kind of hoping they wouldn't. But it kind of looks really nice, because they just disappear off you and appear on your hips. They do look really nice with the 80 radiation damage. Comes with one dash polarity though, that is a bit of a shame. Being an elemental based weapon, that is probably for the best, so you can increase the radiation by adding fire and electricity, but still, obviously a V would have been better. The charge is pretty slow on this. I didn't really like it that much, but dumping in Gunslinger and Lethal Torrent did help it along a long way. But the flight speed of these, yeah, it's kind of a letdown. It really is. The flight speed of this thing is ridiculously slow. It's only really supposed to fire one round, by the way. It's doing this because I have barrel diffusion and, well, it's probably easier if I just do this and put the build up there because, as you can see, I've got convulsion, whatever, electrical damage. I do have primed, I can't remember the name of it, heated charge I think it was called. They make, just because it added a little bit more than the 90% normal damage for fire. Go away. Ow. I still jumped into the rockets. As I said before, Gunslinger is basically there for the sake of... Yeah, nice. Still got him. Its charge rate was a bit too slow, but the fire rate is pretty ridiculous when you just spam fire rather than charging it, which you can actually do. You can actually just spam fire this thing and it is still a pretty effective weapon, though not as effective as if you charge it and let the whole thing loose. But the fire rate of it, well, not the fire rate, the travel time sucks, hence the reason I had lethal momentum in there, as well as I think it was Hornet Strike, as I said before, barrel diffusion and lethal torrent of course helping with the fire rate, and then topped it all off with Magnum Force, which if it was maxed would mean that this would probably do a lot more damage than it's actually doing, but this thing is actually quite a lot more effective than was first thought this was going to be, because when you first fire this thing, the first time you charge, I mean, come on, that looks really nice. It does seem to cause some severe lag though in the game. Once you fully charge it, no, it's gone. There's something outside there caused me to drop frames like crazy. And I don't know. Yeah, it's done it again the second I came out here. That's weird. Run away. Plus I saw somebody back here. No survivors. So this thing, it's pretty cheap to build. It is going to use Nighton in the build process apparently. Find out more when that's actually finished researching, because it does take 3 days for the blueprint, which is in the marketplace, to actually... Not in the marketplace? It's not in the marketplace. It's in the energy lab. The Corpus lab, if you want to call it that. But it takes 3 days to research there, and it really is actually quite a really nice weapon. It was not as nice as I would have liked, because I would have loved something that ended the Sonicor's reign, because that is just a hell of a good pistol. This is getting there. It's just the travel time on that sucks. Hence lethal momentum, which, as I said before, increased the travel time of rounds fired from your secondary. Once that was added, this thing just became so much better of a weapon. I wonder what the blast radius is. Actually, not a bad blast radius. It took out most things, or took out all of the things on here. That's pretty nice. Anyway, I think I'll leave this off here for now. I'm really tempted on dropping in those last two formas just for the sake of having the two formas in there. And I love that reload animation. Oh, that's a problem. Oh yeah, plus I need to somehow take out... There we go. Never mind. He went down. I just had to swap weapon. Anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.